In solo leveling, after eliminating the Beast and Frost Monarch, Jin Woo was approached by Beru, who knelt before him as he questioned what happened to the person who had protected him earlier. Beru responded that he disappeared all of a sudden. Just then, Jin Woo's gaze shifted to the floor as he spotted a dagger and picked it up. Somewhere else, bloody handprints were left on the wall as he dragged his body and fell to the ground, leaning against it. Sung Ilhwan heavily gasped for air as his body slowly deteriorated, thinking that this was the consequence of receiving God's power with a mere human's body. Accepting his fate, he remarked that it was fine since this was how it should be. Suddenly, his dagger was gently thrown at his foot, and Jin Woo asked if he really thought he wouldn't know if he left like that. Stepping closer, Jin Woo questioned why he had left without a word again as he called him Dad. In Sung Ilhwan's flashback, a gate appeared, a giant hole that called forth demonic beasts. He recalled that after clearing the dungeon boss of the gate, you must escape the gate within an hour. However, he had no choice but to be trapped within the dimensional rift, sitting in a corner as his strength and will faded. Then the rulers arrived and lent him their strength, and in return they requested him to stop the monarchs, including the Shadow Monarch, who was soon to be born. After losing all means of escape, he had no choice. When he returned to Earth as the ruler's emissary with a heavy responsibility, he could not fulfill that responsibility. Seeing that the vessel of the Shadow Monarch was his own son, Sung Ilhwan sorrowed. Although he knew that the worst calamity of humanity resided inside that body, he could do nothing other than observe from a distance. Meanwhile, the rulers, whose sole focus was to stop the complete advent of the Shadow Monarch, started to change their stance. Finally, the brightest fragment of light issued him a new order, to protect the Shadow Monarch. They had realized that, in order to stop the Monarch's plans, they needed the power of the Shadow Monarch. The only ones able to stop the destruction were the soldiers of the King of Dragons, who were going to arrive before the soldiers of the heavens. It was a huge gamble, not knowing whether they would side with the humans or the monarchs. But now they knew the results, telling Jin Woo that was why he helped him.